What is up, everybody? Welcome to BellyUp Sound Off. There's the crack of the beer. We are ready to go. I'm KJ, joined by Mike Brown, Jared Klim, and our legendary ZachMac. We hope you guys are having a fantastic evening. Today, we're talking AB and the Raiders, Zion, Andrew Luck. Is he made of glass? We don't know. And a few other pretty electric topics you're going to want to stick around for. I want to know, first off, how are you guys doing tonight?
I'm great.
Fantastic.
We're good to go tonight.
I knew Jerry would be the first one to talk. So let's jump right into it. Mike, I want your opinion on this AB stuff in Oakland because it sounds like we're getting Randy Moss 2.0, and his attitude might end his career, let alone his season.
I mean, this is a match made in heaven. What more can you think of? Hard Knocks, AB, Oakland, Cryo. His feet are burnt, blisters,
helmets, all that.
And then it goes in the helmets. But the thing that I did notice too is not to get off of AB or Oakland, but Aaron Rodgers kind of smugged the whole thing too. With it seems like this whole helmet thing is kind of an issue. Nobody's played a down in them yet. They're practicing whatever. I don't know. I don't know the difference, what it is. Maybe you guys know, but. There are some other people speaking out about it, but it just seems like we're preseason week 1 going into the guys that are in the league for years. They don't care about preseason. They don't care about camps and stuff like that. To me, this is just it is what it is. Week 1, he's ready to roll. He's still going to be in the top 5 wide receivers. Is he
behind Keenan Allen?
Yeah. Is he
okay.
So
we are early in the season,
Max
and I like
out
that.
Right there.
I get what you mean by where we're at in the season, and his attitude right now might not be a huge thing. But Jared, I mean, you follow football as closely as anybody. We see bad personalities, and then we see completely toxic personalities. How far away from the most toxic is AB at this point?
See, the problem with Antonio Brown is everyone ignores for the fact that when he's on the field, he is still a top 3 receiver. And Derek Carr is only 2 seasons removed from having a borderline MVP season, if not for his leg getting snapped in half like a twig. The thing is, with Antonio Brown, this is all like crazy news. Oakland Raiders are in Hard Knocks. It almost seems too coincidental to not be Mark Davis going to Antonio Brown and saying, hey, listen, we're moving to Vegas. We're on Hard Knocks. Get us ratings. Because some of this stuff is too Hollywood.
That's a good point.
It's too easy.
Hollywood not to happen. Like, I get
What are the coincidences?
Right? And the thing is, okay, about the helmets, I played 8 years of contact football and then another 8 years after.
Oh, you said you were a flag league standout.
Yeah. No, but the helmet
flag. He said flag.
High school,
yeah.
My helmet changed 3 times because even at the lowest level in high school, especially in a place like Northeast where I grew up, everyone is so concerned about concussion and safety, especially a guy like needs to lead with his head. It's a big thing. So now Antonio Brown's using a helmet that I used in my senior year, my 8th grade year before freshman year of high school. I'm not kidding. I had the same exact helmet, face mask, the whole 9 yards. It's so outdated. That was in 2008, by the way, that the safety standards have changed. I had a cousin who worked on the project with Rydell as an intern. It's not – their helmets now are so, intricate. The Zenith helmet, which is this whole thing my cousin uses now for Pop Warner, all the way down there, they're so concussion savvy. It is imperative, especially how the game is so fast. Everyone's stronger, bigger, faster. Antonio Brown at this point, get the same face mask, okay? It's not the helmet itself. By the way, the helmet he's complaining about, the Revos, the speed-style helmets, I had better vision in those than I did in the old-style Schuts, which literally had my face like this.
But so, everyone gets used to their own thing. But you bring up a good point. What's the use of complaining if it's not going to change? He is not going to change the rule single-handedly. Zach, Antonio Brown seems like the perfect guy for you to have an opinion about.
Well, I brought up
control yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I brought up the Moss thing because it absolutely sucked the soul out of Moss's career, and it's just a place that does that to people. Obviously, Moss was able to bounce back. He got Tom Brady, and things were all hunky-dory, but it almost seems like maybe Antonio Brown sees that coming and is going to use this helmet thing as an excuse to maybe be like, if he does drop a bunch of passes this season, he's like, well, I can't get used to the helmet or whatever it is. And I don't know, I don't know how much of a drama. Obviously, Jared knows much more about the helmet than I do. I don't know how much of a drama queen's been about it. And is it different than the face mask? Like, is he allowed to switch his face mask?
Well, the thing is with the helmet, like the Rydell's, their new speed helmets, they're like it's all about safety and stuff. Generally, the face mask can be pretty. They're like the variations are a little different, but when it comes to side vision, it almost goes farther back than the original, which is why this thing is not making sense to me. You can interchange a face mask on a helmet like that. I did it twice during the season my senior year because I kept having my face too exposed as a defensive lineman. So the thing is, it's not a hard thing. These equipment guys who work for the NFL are the best in the business. They can change out a face mask like a NASCAR pit crew. The thing is making sure up here where everything is like protected, protected from concussions, everything else around that's with CTE, NFL lawsuits, whatever, that's most important. The face mask is easy. This whole grievance almost seems too scripted because this whole complaint, if you actually played football and you think about the helmets that he's using, those helmets are great. They're not, though the vision has never been the problem. Unless he's using one of those like Justin Tuck style face masks that's like 65,000 bars going across your face, there is no reason why I should have complained about this. This is straight for ratings.
It's just another distraction. It's a ratings thing. You're absolutely right.
The Raiders, come on.
I mean, Hard Knocks is always entertaining, so it's funny that either he thinks or Mark Davis thinks that we need this, but we really don't. Hard Knocks it's gold. I love watching Hard Knocks.
I made sure I watched it last night. Yeah. I won't miss a beat of it. I love it.
Well, speaking of Hard Knocks, hard hits, tough guys, that is something that Andrew Luck is not. And we're gonna transition a little bit.
Oh, dude, I wish he was on.
I'll do it.
We're gonna transition right to this. Real quick before I let you guys take the reins on this, I'm a big Andrew Luck is overrated type guy. He never plays. He's always injured. I really don't think Andrew Luck should be held among the pantheon of great quarterbacks in today's NFL. Maybe he's healthy in 3 years and has 10 years of just continued success. But he's a little bit overrated, and we're too quick to crown this guy. Anyway, I'll let you guys take it away. Jared, you got super excited about that. Okay. What does this Andrew Luck news mean for him and for the Colts?
All right, here's the issue. Well, first off, background knowledge, you guys do not know my podcast, Corner Booth. My co-host now turned third wheel, Mark Riley. He's a big Andrew Luck supporter. I, too, literally drive him insane. Said I'd pick Matthew Stafford over him, and honestly, in some points I would, because Stafford stays on the field. Andrew Luck has been injured almost every other year he's played. He missed a full season for like a shoulder problem, a lacerated kidney, and this is now a high ankle sprain that they are saying is so bad he's done for the preseason. It's not even week 2 yet. Week 2 kicks off tomorrow, I believe. And the thing is I make the joke that he's the guy from SpongeBob with the paper skin and the glass bones because it's insane to me. This guy, he got hurt in an OTA, and I just recovered from a grade 2 ankle sprain. That means possible ligament tearing and stuff like that. It's not fun, but it took me 2 months to heal, and I was rushing my PT and beating the hell out of it. This guy had the best training staff possibly in the NFL, and it's still messed up. It's not him at this point. It's his genetics. This has got to be it's got to be a problem, and somebody's got to address it because Chris Ballard's got to be sitting in that office like, holy shit, I have 3 more years with this guy.
But it might not be a problem that they can address. It might not be a problem they can address, and I think we have to keep that in mind. Yeah, they're stuck with him, but what else are they supposed to do? He's got
screwed, but
he's got bad ankle. I mean, if he's got a bad ankle, he's got a bad ankle. The Colts can't do anything about that.
I know, but I mean, behind the 8 ball now because they're stuck with a quarterback who literally has a durability rating in Madden of 30. It's awful. And the thing is, unfortunately, with Andrew Luck, he's a very polished quarterback. He's good. Oh, he's got that old shucks kind of mentality. Good hit after a guy decks him. Here's the thing. It's not. I have yet to see what all these, like, I'm a guy who watches, like, at least 3 hours to 10 hours of film a week minimum. I love watching football, even if it's a game that's already been played. Like, the other day went back and watched Dwayne Haskins' film against Purdue because I wanted to prove to somebody that why he's going to be a crap quarterback in this league. But I digress. The problem with Andrew Luck is he cannot stay on the field, and I don't care how good of a talent he is. Everyone's like comparing him to Carson Wentz because Wentz got hurt the last 2 years. Wentz got hurt on freak plays during the game. A helmet from DeMarcus Lawrence and a shoulder from Mark Barron.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew Luck's won a playoff game.
Andrew Luck,
Carson Wentz has not.
Yeah, Carson Wentz has a ring. Even if he didn't get to play in the playoffs.
Oh, my God.
He rolled
All right,
that
Jackie Moon, keep rolling. Zach, what do you – I know you're not like an indie guy or anything, but, I mean, fantasy reasons aside, this was supposed to be a huge season for him and the Colts, and I don't know if Brissett is still their backup, but this can't bode well as far as their record and standing in the AFC South.
No, you're right. I mean, obviously they finished last season so strong, and it was their – at least as a fan, you're hoping, let's pick up where we left off, and maybe, we're a threat come playoff time. But I feel all the same that you're feeling. It's so demoralizing to know that it takes him so long to get over an injury, and then he just gets re-injured anyway. And Jared's willing to chalk it up to genetics. I don't know if the training crew in Indy is just. But
it's not anybody else in the building. It's just him.
Yeah, that's true. So and I feel like it's something the defenses are going to be targeting.
Also, by the way, Luck's playoff wins, we're against the Chiefs. Let's pump the brakes on that one, KJ.
The best thing about this is exactly what Jared said is, okay, this guy is one of the nicest, probably NFL players that has ever walked the earth.
Good
He's
hit,
getting
Mike.
blasted. Yep, good hit. So I thought about this today. Can you imagine him in the training room every day? Like, all right, guys, like obviously.
Oh my God, that would drive me nuts.
Like, just yeah, like as a trainer, like I would almost be like, dude, we need to get this dude out of here. Like, give me a break. You spend more time with us than on the field. Like, I'd be almost spiteful. Like when I'm taping him up, I'd make sure I tape his ass real tight. Like, does this hurt? Dude. Like, come on, man. Like, and you bring up Stafford, and I know Mark talks about it too, but this is like literally going into a next topic that we're going to talk about. Like, just this in general between Stafford and Luck, and what you hear is Luck's on I wouldn't say he's on a good team, but they've succeeded more than the Lions. So Stafford gets anointed this dude.
But you're right. That doesn't make you a good team. Being better than the Lions does not make you a good team.
Well, yeah,
so you're right about this.
But you're talking Wentz, you're talking Stafford, you're talking Luck. Okay, Wentz 2 years or whatever, was hurt. Stafford started his career that same exact way. He never played a full season. All of a sudden, he's the next Iron Man. I'm not saying Wentz is going to do that, but he has all the.
Sometimes you just get bad breaks. It happens a lot. Like Michael Jordan broke his damn leg in his second season. And I think the problem is in this day and age when we're looking at media people, and I think a lot of guys sometimes get like labeled injury bug way too fast, while some don't, and they have even more injuries. Is the fact that he's injured. Let's talk about it for 35 segments during the week, even though honestly, it's just a slow news cycle. And I thought this was gonna be slow news, but there's enough. Like, we're talking about Antonio Brown's goddamn helmet. Are you kidding me? Like, it's the same issue. And unfortunately, Andrew Luck, to put this topic to bed, at least in my mind, is that unfortunately the guy's injury. He actually is injury prone. It's not year 3 or 4 for him. It's year 6 or 7.
But to be fair to Andrew Luck, this is an injury that changes the scope of the playoffs, changes the scope of possible Super Bowl contenders. Like, this is okay. You do, but the vast majority of people have the Colts as a very good team, and this could arguably destroy that entire narrative.
Oh, I agree.
Well, let's just transition real quick, and we can make this quick. Without the Colts, let's say the Colts are in the race. Who is the ideal two teams that the NFL is like, man, if we could screw over a team like the Saints last year, who do we prefer in the Super Bowl again?
KJ, what this man?
Zach, I'll start with you because I don't feel like dealing with that corner of the tape anymore.
Man, for the NFL, I mean, if they want ratings, I think they'll throw the Patriots in there one more time. I'd hate to see it. I think it's over, but I think the NFL would love to see it. And who they play in the NFC, I feel like for some reason the Saints would be something that like the NFL is like, yeah, we're ready for this fan base to get behind the team again. They've been screwed so many times since the last however many 4 or 5 seasons. I would venture to say Saints-Patriots, I think.
God,
Saints,
that
Patriots.
Super Bowl made me
Please, Brady.
Mike, who do you have other than the Lions? I'm sure you'd love to see them in the Super Bowl, but who do you have is not your ideal, but the NFL's like ideal marketing dream for the Super Bowl?
How could you not have the Lions and the Browns?
Yo, honestly, that would be the most
Such a good answer.
hype ever. I'm honestly kind of
Like,
behind that answer.
This year, okay, Baker came out today and said everybody wants to see them lose because of the hype. Honestly, I've said it in past. This team is going to be dynamite to watch whether they win or they lose. You know, they're going to have a team that either win, they're pumping. KJ, I see, yeah, what's that walking behind you?
Shit.
So anyways, squirrel. So either way, win or lose, that team's going to be fun to watch. The Lions, I mean, more than anything, Patricia, he looks like a fat slob at this point. I like him. Give him the year. But really, Lions, Browns, no. I mean, maybe Browns. Nobody wants to see Lions. Nobody really wants to see Browns. But either way,
But why do I feel like there's a Baker versus McVay like rivalry brewing? Like, am I just wishing for something?
You are kind of wishing.
Like, I think like those two guys. I know they're in two different conferences, but imagine if the Rams and Browns are in the Super Bowl, and those two kind of like they have a different type of swag, but they are the definition of swag in the NFL right now. Those two, even if it was just for show, like Mayweather McGregor, they could have something that the internet would fall in love with. They really could. But I mean, for Jared, I have a feeling I know what his answer is going to be. Well, but if you're the NFL and you're dreaming of a Super Bowl, who's in it?
Okay, if I'm the NFL, I dream for the teams that are going to market the most tickets. One, you have Madden's cover boy, Patrick Mahomes. Duh. To see not the Patriots, a.k.a. the most hated franchise in the NFL right now, that would be a dream for the NFL to see their new the guy they want is their new golden boy, the new guy to like knock Brady out of the running. In the NFC, honestly, you really want three teams, possibly four. Problem is New Orleans may not even make it past the first round because their defense snuck by a lot of games. And Breeze last year looked awful down the stretch. Alvin Kamara bailed him out so many times. For the NFC, it's down to three teams. You have Dallas, Philly, or Chicago. Chicago has the best defense. It's the new monsters of the Midway. Got all this great hype around them. I don't think they're going to do it because I think Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford, that whole division is going to beat the hell out of each other. It's going to be like a 9-7 to win that division. You also have Philadelphia. They're the team that took out the Patriots. They're the team that dethroned Brady with the backup and the fans and everything else. But now you have Carson Wentz back. Deshaun Jackson's back. It's so Philly, it's not even funny. But then you throw in, you throw in Dallas, America's team. Really, the NFL would drool of a Kansas City versus.
So what two teams would be really perfect for the NFL?
If I'm the NFL and I want to sell the most tickets, to be Dallas, Kansas City.
I actually like that. I would say
America's team, but for
Jerry
me,
World,
the best game would be Philly, Kansas City, because it'd be more scoring, less running, less defense.
Yeah. I still wish for Rams Chiefs. I still think it'd be fun. I don't think it'd be great football.
Reputation to
that was such a great game last year.
Oh my God. Look at that preview last year.
Here's the problem with the Rams is McVay looks so overmatched, and if a film junkie like me picks up tendencies watching the Rams, I watched them like 15 times last year total. The Rams' whole offense is based off of misdirection and like trickery and all these things. They ran one trick play the entire first half and three the entire game, and the amount of usage they had out of their players not named like C.J. Anderson was atrocious.
Do you know where he's at right now?
C.J. Anderson? He's in Detroit, right?
Yikes. Nothing to look forward to in Detroit. All right.
He might go to another Super Bowl.
Jesus Christ.
So
he's not Chris Long, okay?
We're gonna have a good Super Bowl this year, no matter what. There are a lot of good teams this year.
There's 15 teams easily I could see making the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So I think we're set. I don't think the NFL is going to be yearning for popularity this year. But I do want to jump down to the college level. Please, yeah. I do want to jump down to the college level, and we'll kind of end it on this because Alabama's obviously getting ready to go on their run, and college football's in the air. In some parts of the country, it's already college football season as far as the environment
5
around
days.
them. It's crazy, and it's exciting. But there's only 2 teams that we really care about, and we're going to dive into one of them right now. It's Alabama. And I have an opinion on this too, but I'll let you guys take it over first. Alabama, are they already set? Like, are they good to go, or do they need to come out this year like they haven't in years past? And truly, I mean, there's domination, and then there's, like, showing that you want to kill someone. And that's what Alabama might have to do to get over that blowout, get some brownie points back with the rest of college football. What do you guys think? And I'll leave it up to whoever wants it first. What does Alabama have to change, if anything, to be top dogs yet again this season?
ZachMac, I think you should hit this one first.
Oh, I was just going to say Zach. I thought Jared was start talking.
Okay. No, I think, I mean, honestly, we saw last year they were blowing teams out every chance that they could get, and they just weren't, there was no mercy putting points up on the board. And then when it came time to play a big game, it was, we all know what happened in the national championship. So I'm wondering if they use, and I'm not a football coach connoisseur. I'm sure Nick Saban knows what he's doing. But I'm wondering if, like, when they get to that, they're up by 21, 28, 4 or 5 touchdowns, whatever it is, against a lower SEC team, are they using it to practice fundamentals? Because it seems like it was 2 3-play drives last year, and it was touchdown. Like, let's get our defense on the field.
Yeah.
I think maybe this year it would do them good to maybe practice. They probably know all the fundamentals in the world. They're at Alabama, let's be honest. But maybe take a little bit more gameplay situations, and maybe the team opposite you is not as good as the team you're going to face in the national championship, but you got to treat it that way and run everything according to plan. Probably a better path for them.
Good point. Jared, what do you think about Alabama and the way they need to attack mainly their SEC schedule, I guess, this year? Because that's the one that matters the most.
Here's the problem with the SEC is what team's going to beat them this year. And the problem is with Alabama is they didn't lose a lot at all, enough where I would be like, oh, my God, Alabama might lose. Every time we say that, they win the title. But here's the other reason why I'm not even going to touch Alabama. First of all, Nick Saban has been a master of manipulating the schedule for the last 10 years. He's very well at making sure his home and homes are against teams that are good enough to get national attention, but not good enough to beat them. He's very smart at manipulating that. They're complaining about how they were not rested for games. They're blowing teams out by 30. The SEC the last 5 years has been garbage. Everyone thought LSU
from top to bottom. Obviously, they've had good teams, but from top to bottom.
I know, but top to bottom. But there are teams that compete in the ACC and the Pac-12 and everything else. But Alabama in years past hasn't had a challenger since Johnny Manziel with that little freak of nature Texas A&M team. But besides that, and I guess maybe the team that beat
gives them a little bit of trouble.
Yeah. There's occasionally a team that gives them trouble, but at the end of the day, why they lost to Clemson is they don't recruit enough. They got smoked by an athletic defensive line, which 3 of them are now NFL first-round picks and playing in training camp right now. Clemson does not have the same pass rush. They have a good pass rush. The thing was, last year they got exposed because their team was slower on their offensive line, their defensive line than Clemson. Lawrence was able to sit back and tear that defense apart because their secondary is very flawed. Their system is very good when their pass rush works. When their pass rush doesn't work, it's like a pick and pop poison kind of thing.
They don't. Yeah. And Mike, I'm gonna jump in ahead of you real quick because I just want to. We're so quick in college football, and I don't consider myself an expert. I don't pretend to be, but college football is so quick to be like, oh, what did Alabama do wrong? What do they have to do differently this year? Why can't we just say, wow, Clemson was so much better?
Oh,
Clemson was so much better
this year. It wasn't even close.
But it doesn't seem that way. I mean, not everyone is as well talented as you. Not everyone has the same talent as you do. You're a really smart guy, probably the smartest guy here. But I think Herb Street has said this before, so I don't want to take credit for this, but it really does seem like it's so easy to be like, oh, all Alabama had to do was try a little bit harder. Like, no, they were they were outplayed greatly. They never really even had a chance after that first quarter. It wasn't even close. So I do think it's weird that it's all Alabama for the most part, but they're going to be good, obviously.
Oh, no
but
question.
I don't think it was players looking ahead to the draft. I don't think it was any excuse we can make for it. Nick Saban doesn't need excuses.
Dabo Swinney is a comparable coach to Nick Saban. They had more athletic defensive line. I would rather take Trevor Lawrence in a heartbeat over Tua. And the thing is,
but we know that now.
Well, no, I knew that before. I was never a fan of Tua's game. But the thing is, with the way that the Alabama team was set up, and I think this is a lot about the media because Alabama's been the darling of the media, been the dynasty for the last, 10 years or so? About? I don't know. Like it's been a long
Alabama
time. It's been painful. But the thing is with Alabama is everyone's so used to giving them the benefit of the doubt. Oh, it's what did Alabama do better? No. Clemson smoked them. Because there's so much SEC bias when it comes to like places like ESPN, where they want to favor the SEC team because like the SEC is like this. Honestly, if they've come back down to earth, the ACC and the Big Ten are right on their ass. Don't tell Rattlesnake I said that. But the thing is, it's not the gap between the SEC and every other conference is gone, or at least it's this big in it. It's this big now because the SEC is so damn top heavy. If you give me the number 5 seed, like Pitt Panthers against Vanderbilt, like they're smoking Vanderbilt. You can even give them against Texas A&M, and I even take Pitt maybe in overtime.
That's a good point about the SEC. So, Mike, I'll leave you with this, or I'll ask you this, and then you can take us into thanking our wonderful, incredible sponsors. Does Alabama win the national championship next year? Just yes or no? Are they that good again? No.
No.
I like it.
I'll tell you right now, I'll tell you, the SEC, they're far superior. But, I mean, even look back to the few Georgia games, like kind of Jared said, Alabama, their recruits are strength. They're studs. They're just well-built all around. Yes, but very few of them are athletes. Well, I wouldn't say athletes because
on defense, on offense.
But I mean, yes, they don't have burners. They don't have when Clemson plays them, they get exposed. When Sony Michel, all those guys from Georgia, they got exposed. So that's the difference. But Nick Saban is, I mean, he puts it together. But this year, no, I don't see it happening. These dudes just they force their will on people. They're big body. They are athletes. I didn't mean not to say they weren't athletes, but
no, yeah.
But
they're power athletes. They're not.
They're power. Yes, they are not
gonna
blow you off the line. No. So no. This year, I think it's going to change, and it's funny because the Alabama dynasty and the New England Patriots dynasty is almost on the same tracks right now.
You mean the Kevin Lang dynasty together?
Dude, the dude's living and breathing it, so it's great for him.
And we say this like we know Alabama's gonna be good. We know Nick Saban is a king of kings.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're not gonna be good, but I think
things do change.
AFC East back when it was complete garbage. The conference is trash. They're all going to be 500, maybe 7-8 win teams. To me, the championship's going to come out of the ACC. It's going to be Clemson, or possibly if a team comes out of nowhere like Alabama did in 2008 and just shocks everybody. But the thing is,
Michigan State.
Okay, I'm gonna not.
I can't wait to do the.
They're ranked 20th overall. Let's not act like they're mad.
The preseason poll is the biggest load of shit I've ever seen in my life. It has been for the last 20 years. All right?
Yeah, that's because Miami hasn't been in it the last 20 years.
We ranked 4 last year, dude.
We can't hear that bottom corner. Mike, who are we thanking? Do we have any sponsors to thank for this lovely show?
KJ, actually, to tell you the truth, we're looking good on time. If we can keep this short, we might be able to throw on Zion.
All right, let's talk Zion then. Let's talk Zion.
So I know Jared will have something to say, and I know at least you guys, you puck pass guys should have something to say. As far as Zion, is he too hyped? He's already got the Xmas Day game. Xmas, I don't want to say Xmas. I want to say Christmas. Don't want to take Christ out of Christmas.
Read your script, man.
So is he? I mean, really, since LeBron to Zion, has there been a draft pick?
Okay, let me.
No,
there hasn't. There hasn't, and there still hasn't been. LeBron, if LeBron was coming out of high school in today's day and age, it'd be 10 times what we're seeing with Zion right now. It's not even comparable, the amount of hype he had back then. Pre-social media, that hype was unbelievable.
The fire of all of this.
Yeah, no, and I get that, and I know Zion's being hyped through the roof, and I think I don't think New Orleans is going to be any good, But I think Zion's going to be great. He's going to be great for years to come. Hype can kill an athlete. We've seen that plenty of times. But if he's anywhere near as good as if he's anywhere near as good as we think he might be, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Like, that's all we need from him.
All right, hockey guy, pump it down a little bit, all right? Let the big boys step up here, okay? First of all, the Pelicans have a great roster for what they did.
It is going to be fun to watch them.
Yeah, they have a great roster. It's deep. Yes, Zion's the centerpiece, and he's 19 years old.
Great.
A great roster. They would be a 5 seed in the East easily.
Who the fuck cares? They're in the West. That's the dumbest thing for basketball.
This happens every time you host.
I feel like this might be a snippet right here.
Oh, my God. So rude, man. This is why hockey doesn't get any followers. Essentially, with Zion, I love how Zion right now is not overhyped. The NBA has a problem. They had a ratings problem last year with LeBron not being in the playoffs. It's very easily to show. Showing KJ with his Lakers shirt on. By the way, Kobe's better. Anyway.
Kobe shirt.
Thank you. KJ, you've earned a little respect back from me. Essentially, the way I look at this right now, Zion is the NBA's next golden ticket. Because who are you going to market? Donovan Mitchell? Great kid, too quiet. He plays out in Utah. Yes, Zion's in New Orleans, but it's a market the NBA really has never been able to fully grasp. Even with the Hornets made Chris Paul, it just felt like they're just there. With Zion there, it's kind of like an opportunity for them to take on a football town and kind of drive some roots with the Pelicans. They had Anthony Davis, the world's most muted star on the planet, who maybe said 5 words and half of them came out of Rich Paul's mouth. So at the end of the day,
Kawhi would like to speak with you.
That's another topic. Yes.
It's very good. I love that Zion's playing Christmas Day. It works. I mean, yes, I wish they were playing something better than fucking Denver, but I mean,
hey,
maybe if he could dunk on Jokic, it'd be a good thing. But Zion is not being overhyped because the LeBron era, thank God, is coming to an end. He will not listen. I said this from the beginning of the offseason when they got Anthony Davis. I said right off the bat, the Lakers are not winning a title to LeBron. They do the whole thing. They jettison roof. That's for another day. Zion is perfect because he's ushering in the next era. It may be like 03-04 LeBron, where he's barely making the playoffs. He maybe hits 20 a game, but the hype is real, and I am all for it.
All right, Zion he's way overhyped. To be honest with you, I'm a little butthurt about it because I'm a Blazer guy, and the fact that the Blazers don't get to play on Christmas after making the Western Conference Finals and the Pelicans
that is actually bullshit. I would have loved to see them play the Pelicans.
Makes me upset. But there's so much talent in the NBA right now that even if Zion does 03-04 LeBron and barely makes playoffs, I have a hard time feeling that they're going to improve the next season like LeBron was able to. It's so tough, especially in the West, that if you're a 7-6 seed and you don't add anything in the offseason, and obviously you're not going to get a good draft pick, you're probably not getting anything higher than a 6-5 maybe next year.
Here's the best thing about the West this year is that with the Warriors losing KD, it becomes a lot, and Clay being out until February with the torn ACL,
it opens it up.
Whatever he has, you're looking at a much not weaker, but a much more balanced Western Conference. There's not the dominant team anymore. This is going to be the most parodied year since the year LeBron's rookie year, where you had. It could have possibly been Minnesota versus the Pacers in the finals that year. But instead of being Detroit, LA. The thing is, you have so much parity, and it works. We're probably going to have 2 teams that come out of nowhere that we don't even expect to make the playoffs are going to make it, and probably will pull a Golden State knockoff a 1 seed or a 2 seed.
D Rhodes.
Hey, listen, man, I love the Pistons. I love the Pistons this year. I think they're going to be a great team in the East. But the thing is, it's going to be so much parity, and Zion is perfect for that because he's not your polished Steph Curry, 3-point shooting, every man's kind of crap. This dude has a 43-inch vertical leap, and he's 270 fucking pounds. All right,
He's easily 305 right now. Have you seen
he's
that dude lately?
tank.
He's
Runs
a
like a
cheeseburger away from Eddie Lacy.
runs like a tight end, and he jumps like a wide receiver. It's ridiculous. I love it. They should just embrace it. But yes, ZachMac, to your point, the Blazers should have definitely played in Christmas, not the Nuggets.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I love Dame Lillard. He's the dude.
Me too.
All right.
Respect.
From one Northwest guy to another. I love it. My Wolves are never going to make the playoffs again, so it's all good.
All right. What else do we have? Is that it? I'm so tired.
That's
of
it.
Jared. All right.
That's it.
Jesus Christ, KJ, just dropping one email
For-
post me already.
For easy. Who do you have your script in front of you? Do you have your script in front of you, Michael?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Let's hear that beautiful thank you.
Well, before we hone out and get out of here, I got one question for you guys, and we're talking about LeBron Zion. It's a yes/no question. If you got a few thoughts, you can add them real quick, but it's got to be quick. So before LeBron retires, does Zion dunk on LeBron? Jared?
Yes.
No.
And statistically speaking, it's likely, but I wouldn't plan on
Statistically
it.
speaking, we're gonna have a poster under when it happens.
No.
I'm gonna have the poster back here. So
Why
we
you
got
so
we got
quick?
I don't know.
No,
I just
okay,
don't see
so
that
how old is
I don't see
LeBron? He's
LeBron
like
letting
they're-
himself get dunked on.
yeah, LeBron. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. LeBron ain't going. LeBron's so old. He is not going to jump anytime Zion's going up.
LeBron, okay,
He's
his
gonna let them-
body age is 38.
LeBron's defense. He just walks under it.
It's so funny. I think like LeBron's like body age dropped off a cliff this season, so it might not happen.
That's what I'm saying, based off the life. But anyways, it's not to be debated. But either way,
All right, let's hear from our lovely sponsors.
for our lovely and they're quote unquote not even plugging this. I'm just plugging them because they've been great to everything that we've done. Obviously,
Shout out to
Statement Games. Yes,
From
Statement
John.
Games, we ran our last sponsored event with them. We're looking to link up with them again. Doing really great things. They've got a lot of things going on. If you're looking at prop betting, DFS, stuff like that, check them out, statementgames.com. Like Jared said, Design Tree, they are our boys that really help us out. Yes, definitely. KJ's got the relationship with them. Jared and slash John or whatever they call you. We'll ride that to the end, but those guys definitely really
Where's my free
pumping
shirt?
out. Really pumping out some quality. It seems like they're really getting a lot of backing. I see a lot of companies working with them, which is really great. Just everything that they've done for us, Statement Games. I know there's a bunch of other ones that we're hooking up with, but we're working with Trophy Smack this year. We've had them last year as an affiliate and stuff like that. So going into fantasy football season. But everybody that's made everything possible, all you guys, Puck Pass, Corner Booth, there's a lot of things coming. Not to cut out Corner Booth here, but Puck Pass, check them out. We got a lot of things coming. Well, I should say they have a lot of things coming. There's some big news. I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, but maybe next week we can maybe next week we can touch on that. So we'll get all this stuff published, sent out to everybody that's involved with BellyUp, the crew. We brought on some new members, so we're looking forward to it. We'll definitely be out to some NFL games this year. A lot of different things. We got some credentials that we're working on. Not to sound like a broken record, but a lot of big things coming, and we appreciate you guys tuning in. So to KJ,
Yeah, no, this was.
you can take us out.
I love doing this. It's really the highlight of my week. Other than
so much.
seeing my wife and kissing my dogs, it's hanging out with these jerk-offs all night. For Jared Clem and Corner Booth, for Mike Brown, our fearless leader, for my lovely co-host and work husband. These guys are awesome. You guys are following a great team. Follow Puck Pass Pod on Twitter, BellyUp Sports on Twitter, at Corner Booth. Is that the right one?
At
It's
Corner
just
Booth Pod.
At Corner Booth Pod.
At Corner Booth Pod, and of course at BellyUp KJ. We will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching.
Later, guys.
Deuces.
See you.